Welcome to Secrets to Alignment with Savannah Schaefer. I am here to equip you with the belief and energy to make your dreams a reality. Take this time to fill your cup and align with the most vibrant version of you.
Hello, my girl. Welcome back to the Secrets to Alignment podcast with your host, Savannah Schaefer. Ooh, I feel like this is an episode that is truly needed right now. Very, very needed. So, this is going to be one of those podcast episodes that I hope just feels like a warm hug for you, because I feel like in this day and age, it is so easy for us to get so caught up in what everyone else is doing, and we instantly feel behind based on what people are putting out on social media, what people are accomplishing, and they're sharing their highlight reel. And I just want to give you that reality check for a moment, bring you back down to earth, and allow yourself to just sit back, relax, and receive, okay? This is something that I feel like I have struggled with so much, getting in my head thinking I'm not doing enough, I'm not far enough. There's girls who are younger than me, more successful, really starting to be super hypercritical about where I'm at. And almost every single one of my clients have gone through the exact same thing. So take a second right now to just lean back, relax your jaw, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to just sink into this place of knowing that you are exactly where you are meant to be. And we're going to run this all the way back to the 1900s, okay? Because I want you guys to really understand the way that things used to be. Right now, currently in 2026, we are being flooded with every single person's highlight reel. We're seeing all of their wins, all of their successes, and we're likely missing out on all of the moments where they also are feeling the exact same way that we are feeling right now. We are seeing the version of themselves that they want to be seen. And usually that version, like it or not, even for myself, it is a curated, it's a picture perfect version of us. And I try my best, if you follow me, I try my best to share all of the real parts of life, and the parts that I typically want to hide, I try to show you guys, because I never want anyone to put me on some type of pedestal or think that I've got shit figured out more than anyone else, because I absolutely do not. And every single one of us are going through the exact same things. This feeling of not thinking that we're far enough along, thinking that we're behind, this is so incredibly normal. Every single person that is around you right now has experienced that at some point in their life. Whether that's your mom, whether that's your sister, your best friend, your brother, whoever, we've all gone through this exact same thing. And it's okay to go through this. And honestly, talking to someone about it, like chatting with somebody who you love and trust, actually would probably bring you a lot of serenity. And I'm hoping that through this podcast episode, you get some of that peace as well, because I want you to realize that what is going on in today's society, it's not normal for us to be constantly bombarded by what every single person in this world is doing. Like the fact that we can pick up our phone and just go see what that girl across the country is accomplishing in the car that she's buying, the car that she's driving, the things that she's doing. It's not how it always has been. And having that much access to people all around the world through TikTok, Instagram, blogs, podcasts, all the things, it is what's creating this mindset of thinking that we can always be doing more, that we should be further along. And it's just not cool, dude. And I want you guys to just take that time today to allow yourself to be where you're at and know that where you're at is perfect. You're far enough and you've been doing a really fucking good job, and I'm proud of you. And sometimes we just need to take that step back to realize that. So let's run it all the way back to the 1900s. Okay, 1900 to 1930. The way that we had to communicate with people that were in this world was literally through letters, telegrams, and in-person conversations. So the only people that you were really quote unquote comparing yourself to are the people who are in your family, in your town, and that was pretty much it. You didn't know about what someone else was doing all the way across the United States, and you simply were just comparing yourself to the girl next door. In the 1930s to 1960s, that's when radio came along, television. We were starting to compare ourselves more to celebrities, to people who were in the media. And this is the time where we started to kind of see this perfectly curated image of a lot of people that then we started to we wanted to become like them. We started to have these lifestyles shown from TV, from radio that we wanted to replicate or aspire to be like. Then the 1970s to 1990s, we had phones, we had cable TV, we started to be comparing ourselves a little bit more, but it wasn't this constant 24/7 thing. It was only when you decided at the end of the day to click on that TV, to tune into what whoever was doing or whatever. It wasn't this thing that you could just instantly do wherever that you were at, when you're on the bus, when you're on your way to work, when you are doing whatever that you're doing. You weren't able to have that access. Then 1990s to 2005, this is when email started to become a thing. Internet really started to change the world. This is like when chat rooms began and early social media. This is when we actually could be sharing updates about our lives publicly online. We were able to observe many more lives at one time. Then 2005 to today, to 2026, we are hyper aware of what every single person is doing. This is that time period where we are more connected than ever before, clearly. And we have this performance culture that is starting to take over social media. Everything is about how much someone is accomplishing, how much someone is working, how much someone is being more productive than the next person. It's the hustle culture. It's everyone sharing all of those highlight reels, all of those wins. And honestly, it is really affecting the way that we are showing up, whether that's consciously or unconsciously. And this is the exact reason why I am extremely intentional about getting off of social media. And if you're feeling really behind right now, I want you to actually take a moment to just take note of how much are you consuming at the moment. Are you consuming way more than you need to? Are you constantly scrolling on social media? Are you constantly looking up what other people are doing? Are you scrolling before you go to bed and when you wake up? I have all these boundaries around social media because I recognize that this is a real thing. And whenever I am starting to feel behind, I recognize it's typically tied to the amount of social media usage that is in my life at that specific time. So what I've been doing is I limit my social media usage on the weekends. Every single weekend, I am off of social media. And I do that as like a non-negotiable. In the beginning, it was hard. I had to like really be super intentional about it. Now it is just something that I do. It's who I am. And it is so important for my mental health that I'm not constantly consuming, especially as business owners. I think that this is like a huge thing. No matter if you're a business owner or you're just like in a regular life, it's just wherever. It's so easy to compare. It's so easy to compare. And like I said, it's happening subconsciously. If you're seeing some girl, she's just got her hair done a little bit better than you, or she's got a certain kind of outfit, or she's with the trends, or you see her being able to take off midday to go spend time with her kids, like whatever that it is, we have this experience where we always think the grass is greener on the other side, and we're constantly comparing, constantly feeling like we're not doing good enough or we're not far enough along. And I just want you to take some of that control yourself like back. There are also apps that you can use like Opal. I've heard that Opal is a really good app to help limit screen time. I've heard that what is that one little block? Brick is something that you can purchase. Just go look up Brick, like what a brick is. But basically, it is something that you have to have physically with your phone to unlock it. So if you leave your brick at home, then you're not able to access any social media or the apps that you choose. But then when you have the brick, you can unlock those things. So it's something that you can do to like be more focused at work or be even more focused while you're at home. You leave it up in your bedroom and then downstairs you're working. So then you're not going on those apps while you're working. Whatever that you want to be putting into place, but like that'll support you. But I really do think that this is an important conversation right now because it's just so easy. It's so easy. And I do it just like every single other person. When you start to open yourself up to social media, like life can feel like you're constantly one step behind everybody else, when the reality is we're all just trying to fucking figure it out. We are all going through the exact same things. We're all dealing with the exact same emotions. We're all comparing ourselves, and we need to let go of that. And I feel like the more that we bring awareness to this, the better that we can be about it. To be like, okay, I'm not going to sit in bed and scroll on this girl's social media before I go to sleep. I'm not going to consume content at this specific time of the day. Or for me personally, with my work that I do, I don't like to consume a lot of like coaches content, because then I sit there and I compare my content to theirs. I don't like to consume really any type of content like that before I create these podcasts or before I sit down to write out my courses and things like that, because I know that now my thoughts are going to be filtered through that person's experience. And that's why I think that it's really, really important also to just be disconnected every once in a while. Like, leave your phone downstairs while you're cleaning the house, or like, just doing those little tiny things, or taking a full day off of your phone completely. Like, we're so connected to these TVs that are literally in our pockets. I heard Miley Cyrus just talking about this like last week. She was saying how the people who have like created media, social media, TVs, all the things, YouTube, everything, they've made it so easy for us to literally be like addicted to these devices. And it's basically like a TV being in your pocket. And if we knew anyone in our lives that was just sitting there watching TV all day, we would be like, what the fuck? That person's like literally a couch potato. We would think of them like, why are they watching TV 24/7? Like, don't they have a life? And that's exactly what we're doing. But now these devices are portable, so we're just taking it everywhere we go. And trust me, I am just as guilty as this as you are. Like, truly, I am always like, I have to be intentional about this because I love to have something playing. I love my mind to be like stimulated. I love to be constantly learning things and absorbing things and whatever. But I've recognized that the more peace I want to create in my life, the more distance I need to take from constantly putting things into my brain. Like, allowing myself to be bored is actually more supportive than constantly being stimulated and constantly being, bombarded with information. And I feel like with everything that's going on in the world right now, this is something that we can be really, really intentional about. Obviously, if you want to stay informed, stay informed. But if you need to take that space, take that space and really just tune in with yourself. What do you need in this moment? Maybe try out taking a day off of social media one time a week. Maybe try out taking 2 days off of social media. Like, do what you need to start figuring out how you can support yourself, and stop searching for things external to make those changes for you. Decide that you have the power and you're going to be more self-controlled, more self-disciplined, and you're taking this responsibility on for yourself. And if you need, or if you have more questions about this, if you need like more clarity, if you're curious about this, please send me a message. It's something that I'm constantly working on, and I do have little tips and tricks and things that I'm trying to always tap into. So if you need more support, let me know. I'm always here for you. It really does make so much sense as to why we feel like we are so behind, because as soon as you're connected with other people's lives, you start to second guess, you start to overthink, you start to hold back, you start to create actions that are not actually from your own intuition, but from what you think is performing for other people. And it's just not coming from you. It's not as authentic, it's not as real, and people are not going to connect with it as deeply as they would if they were to actually be seeing it and hearing it from your own intuition, your own creative energy, and your juices flowing through that content or that piece of whatever, that business, that course, that thing that you're creating, even the connection that you're having with your friend. It really does fall into every single area of your life. Also, I think that a really huge part of this conversation is just coming to a place of just trusting and allowing yourself to be where you are at, and trusting that where you are at is perfect, and it's at the specific time in your unique journey that you are meant to be in that place. Your journey and your timeline is not theirs. You have different strengths and weaknesses. You've been set up with different experiences in your life than they have. And you have to allow yourself to trust in knowing that you're exactly where you're meant to be. You don't need to worry about what everyone else is doing, and really try your best to become more grounded in yourself. So the few things that have helped me get more grounded in myself are actually noticing and recognizing that things are happening in seasons. I recently have been connecting I've been connecting a lot deeper with my cycle and understanding where I'm currently at, and knowing that I don't need to be on 24/7, and it's actually not normal to be on 24/7, especially if you're a woman. As a woman, your cycle is resetting every 28 days. Your energy levels, your hormones, they're literally changing every few days. Our energy levels are changing, our creativity levels, our productivity levels, our rest and recovery, everything is constantly in flux. And as men, like, they're literally resetting on 24-hour cycles. So it's important to not compare yourself and to not allow yourself to get so caught up in what everybody else is doing, because what works for them will not work for you a lot of the time. You need to find what's best for yourself. You need to follow your own intuition and what's going on internally for you. And a lot of the times it does take you blocking out the noise. Also, something that's really helped me with this is learning about my human design and my life path. So there's this app called Teledipity. Teledipity, oh my gosh, I don't know what they have put into this app, but I am telling you right now, it's like you're reading the insides of yourself when you read it. So go put in your information on Teledipity and like read it for yourself, see if it works or how it works out for you. But you will learn your life path number, and then you'll learn all these other things about like how you do best in relationships, how you work best, how you operate best, all these different things. Another thing just like that is your human design. The more that I've come to understand myself and the reasons why I do the things that I do, and when I actually have like words to understand what's actually going on internally and like what I am experiencing, it allows me to just trust in knowing that what I am going through is like for me. It's meant for me and it's fine, and I'm going to get through it, and this is just part of the cycle that I'm currently in, and I don't get stuck in that spot. So cycle syncing, human design, Teledipity. Teledipity is the app. Human design, you can literally just look up like free human design chart. Learning about your astrological signs I think is cool too. I personally think that human design is way more specific. When you actually get like your full chart read, you're like, what the fuck? This is insane. Like, it's absolutely bonkers. So check that out. Something that also has helped me feel really like a lot more grounded in where I'm at is actually working with coaches and mentors. The reason why I stopped getting on social media every single day was because I worked with a mentor who did that. And once she started to show me like, hey, your success is not dependent on how frequently you were showing up on social media, my mind was blown. Like, I started to realize, oh my gosh, like success is about so much more than about posting or whatever. So wherever that you're at, working with a mentor and actually being able to talk to someone about what you're going through and them giving you feedback and being like, hey, girl, you're fucking crushing it. Like, what are you talking about? You're feeling this way? Okay, cool. Like, let's walk through this. Let's go through all the thoughts that are happening here. Let's actually see what is old belief systems that are coming up here. What are limiting beliefs? Like, what is actually at the core of this experience that you're having, this emotional experience that you're having, or the overthinking, the overanalyzing, all of that stuff. When you work with a coach and a mentor, you gain so much more clarity. You become so much more grounded in where you're actually at, and you have someone who can actually see what you're doing, how you're doing it, and they can just give you that feedback that you really need. And, you know, if they are like, hey, actually, you're not really prioritizing the things that you need to as much as you should, then you have someone that gives you that like real unbiased opinion versus somebody who is just going to validate where you're at 24/7 and just say, yeah, it's fine. Just like totally take time to rest and whatever. You have someone that's actually pulling you up to become the greatest and best version of you. Also, reflecting more, journaling more, taking time to think through all of your thoughts, and taking time when you do start to compare yourself, writing it all out and seeing, okay, what am I actually thinking here? Why am I thinking these things? And who am I comparing myself to? A lot of times we don't even realize that we're comparing ourselves to anyone else's stories until we do take that time to reflect about it. And when I have taken that time, I've actually realized, oh my gosh, so all of this could have been avoided by me not getting on my phone and scrolling in the morning. Fuck, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I continuously doing that? So it's important to start checking yourself. And the more that you reflect, the more aware you're going to become. Also, last but certainly not least, is my favorite way of becoming the most clear and connected and grounded version of myself is through meditation. And meditation has absolutely changed my life, just like everyone else says. You know, I don't know anyone who practices meditation regularly that doesn't say it's life-changing. So please, if you haven't tried that and you're trying everything else and nothing is working for you and you're just like, I don't know what the fuck to do, I don't feel clear, I feel so stuck, I feel like my brain is going 24/7, That is exactly how I've always felt. I have felt that way for every year of my life until I started incorporating these things daily. And when you make this shift, when you decide to start separating yourself from self with a big S, you start to separate yourself, your soul, through with these thoughts that are going through your head consistently, constantly, 24/7. When you do that, I'm telling you right now, things will start to shift and you will actually start to disconnect with those experiences. And then you get to show up so much more clear, so much more connected. You're connected with this infinite source of energy that is the universe, that is God, that is whatever that you personally believe in. Just know that wherever that you're at, you're perfectly on time. You are doing amazing. I'm fucking proud of you. And if you have any questions about anything that we went through in this podcast episode, leave me a comment, leave me a review, message me on Instagram. I am always here for you guys. I want to be here to support you through every single phase of your life that you are experiencing. So if you need me, I'm always just a message or an email away. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See you so soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.